Hello everybody, my name is Filippo Lezzerini. I'm a founder member of Punto 3, an Italian consulting agency which supports several biosphere reserve in the achievement of the MAB program functions, in the implementation of the Sustainable Development Project, and in the involvement of local communities and stakeholders. First of all, please allow me to thank all the organizers and supporters of the Hybrid Austerlitz University for the excellent work and for the challenge they faced, not to interrupt the training action related to the MAP program despite the difficulties imposed by the pandemic.
As we all know, Italy was the first European country to be affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. At the end of February 2020, to combat the virus, the government imposed a national lockdown, stopping any unnecessary movement, which lasted until the beginning of June. Even the Italian biosphere reserve have been impacted by this sudden change. Some of them have tried to give immediate answer to the social and economic crisis caused by the pandemic. Others have instead devoted their attention to trying to assess the changes in terms of nature conservation and sustainable development that the pandemic will cause in the coming years. The Po Delta Biosphere Reserve, established in 2015 to protect and enhance one of the most important wetlands in Europe, in the northeastern Italy, on the coast of the Adriatic Sea, immediately realized that schools in its territory were in serious difficulty, especially in the first weeks of the lockdown. Students were forced at home, not always equipped with adequate instrumentation to follow lessons remotely. Teachers were not always prepared for digital didactics, often lacking adequate teaching materials. The Po Delta Biosphere Reserve reacted promptly by organizing between the end of March and the beginning of April a cycle of 4 webinars on sustainable behavior in the everyday life. The webinars, held by experts, had an approach suitable for secondary and high school students, full of examples and good practices. All schools in the area were informed about the webinars, so that hundreds of students watched them live and others, even from other territory, saw them in the following weeks on the Biosphere Reserve YouTube channel. The 5th of October 2020, on the occasion of the UNESCO World Teachers' Day, understanding that the pandemic will still create problems to the new school year, the Po Delta Biosphere Reserve organized a specific training seminar dedicated to the teacher of its territory. During the seminar, all public and private operators working in the field of environmental education presented the digital teaching tools currently available, even inviting the teachers to use them for free, so to continue to teach, even though the pandemic, about sustainable development and to raise awareness of the environmental values of the Po Delta. The Po Delta Biosphere Reserve has also realized 2 cycles of 3 video lessons, one cycle for the elementary school and one for the high school, in which are illustrated those projects running in the territory connected to the 3 functions of the conservation, development and logistics in Po Delta. These video lessons have been and are very useful because some schools in Po Delta have been forced again to do distant learning. The video lessons are available on the Po Delta YouTube channel. The Appennino Tosco-Emiliano is a biosphere reserve established in 2015 on the high ridge dividing the Po Valley and the Ligurian Sea in the north part of Italy. When the pandemic started, this biosphere reserve was implementing the candidacy process for an enlargement to the hilly areas surrounding it. It can be said that the lockdown imposed by the pandemic was fundamental in the decision to extend the enlargement also to the peri-urban areas of the High Plain, involving densely populated municipalities such as Parma, Reggio Emilia, and Sassuolo, and in the modification of the mission of the Biosphere Reserve. The lockdown has in fact made everyone, first of all who lives in the cities, understand the importance of living close to an accessible and well-preserved natural environment. In this case, the pandemics helped to put into crisis the idea that there can be development without environment protection. It also highlights how the urban areas of the plain are the main consumer of the ecosystem services made available to the most wooded and natural areas of the Apennine Ridge. During the lockdown, several webinars were organized with researchers and experts to discuss the topic of payment for ecosystem services. From these came out the post-COVID mission of the enlarged Appennino-Tosco-Emiliano Biosphere Reserve to be an innovative project of urbanization, a partnership between inhabitants of urban and rural areas, which, even if express different lifestyles, are discovering a strong commonality of problems, aspirations, and concrete needs. The Biosphere Reserve intends to be a bridge between cities and mountain villages to enhance connection between the main beneficiaries and the traditional guardians of the services generated by the natural capital.